as we do know, the Fnaf X Dead by Daylight is finally here. I cannot wait for this chapter, Dead by Daylight. And ultimately, I gotta talk about a lot of things because we got a new map and a new killer. Now, that is something really, really cool. However, I gotta be honest, the fact we are getting no new survivors, low-key a little bit annoying. However, as you can see here, we have the Freddy Fazbear's location. Now, apparently, from what I'm hearing, obviously it's from my screenshot, but I would like to think that we are going to get something interactive with this location, because apparently that's what's happening. Apparently we are meant to get something interactive when it comes to this location, and it's something to do with the killer and the survivor. So my guess is that the ending kill, if you get killed, is like it's going to be you getting spring locked. I feel like that would be a really nice way to put it. For example, if you get hooked, you get put into an animatronic suit, you then get spring locked, and that's how you get killed. I do like that. However, what was that? What was that? There's a lot of things to talk about, especially this shot right here. I think easily this is one of the coolest things here. I mean, we got the look of Springtrap, and we gotta admit, I think Springtrap here looks incredible. I think he genuinely looks amazing. The fact that we are getting the same balloon arch that we got in the movie, and also we have Bonnie, Freddy, and Chica here. We better see Foxy or else I'm going to throw hands. Obviously, we have the wiring here. I think he just looks absolutely incredible. And then obviously we have the wide angle. Well, I'm assuming Foxy's going to be here, and he better be. If Foxy's not in this map, I will throw hands with whoever is at Dead by Daylight Studios. And anyways, this place is huge. This place is absolutely, some would say, massive. And I gotta be honest, I like the way there's a generator here, because I do think this will probably be the place that is the most bait, generator spot. Because I think, realistically, this is going to be the generator most people go for because of the fact that it's in front of Freddy, Bonnie, and Chica. And these are their own models. These are their own Dead by Daylight FNAF animatronic models. Chica looks a bit odd from this angle. Same with Freddy. Bonnie looks grand. I do like how there's like a load of stuff growing out of the floor. And the next shot here with the Into the Pit looks amazing with that reference. Because we have the reference of Into the Pit, of course, but the fact there's blood and there's a shoe there kind of gives that extra reference of Into the Pit. And of course, if we go down of my other tweet, we have the skin for William Afton and the Yellow Rabbit. And the best thing about this skin right here, now I'll be honest, I'm not too crazy on the model of this, but the fact Matthew Lillard came back and done the voice lines for this character is really, really neat in my opinion. I think he looks great. I'm not crazy on the face mod or face, I don't know, face model, I guess. But I think it still looks fine, considering you're not really going to see his face often if you're playing as him, I mean. But in my opinion, I don't think he's that intimidating. However, if we look at Springtrap, I think Springtrap is really intimidating. I think he's going to be really scary to come up against, because if there's voice lines, which there is, as PJ Haywood is coming back as Springtrap, I genuinely believe the fact he's going to be talking to you as he kind of creeps through is really creepy. I think it's a really good touch and really neat in my opinion. But some person said here, why not the Mimic? The Mimic should not be in Dead by Daylight. If there's any FNAF animatronic to get it, it is Springtrap. And then the survivor to be Mike Schmidt, probably out of the movie, let's be real. But I mean, it is fairly interesting the fact that we did not get a survivor in this. And if I go on to the Dead by Daylight Twitter page, which it should have the rest of the screenshots there as well, hopefully. But we also have the video of Matthew Lillard doing his vocals and his audio recording for the voice lines. Let's check that out.
Yeah,
it looks so cool,
hold
dude.
a sec. I do the stupidest thing ever. The way I get into this thing is I do like an ape thing. So hold on a sec.
I think it's so cool the way he done the voice lines for this. I think it's awesome.
Ollie, ollie, oxen free. Ollie, ollie, oxen free. Ready or not, here I come.
I'm going to be interested. It's very going to be weird because of the fact that he says, ready or not, here I come. I think that'll be edited a little bit, hopefully. I think it's a little bit too passive, in my opinion. I think it's going to be really good, though. Surprised there actually isn't more screenshots on their own page, but I'm sure if I type up the rest of it here, you'll see the other screenshots that came up. For example, there is another shot of the pizzeria that I did want to say. Well, we may as well check out the first, like, the full trailer. Let's watch the full trailer. Hold on, let's get that straight out of the way. Okay, it's frozen. There we go. This looks awesome. This looks amazing, dude. And then, of course, the packs, and then you get the Springtrap. I think that's awesome. However, I do find it a little bit weird. Now, I don't know if I'm the only person that thinks this as well. When Dead by Daylight get their labels or their collabs, they never name the killer the actual name. Like, for example, Springtrap is not called Springtrap here. He's called the animatronic. I don't know if that's weird to anyone else. To me, it's a tiny bit weird. I don't know if I'm the only person that thinks that, though. But in my opinion, I feel that it's a little bit strange, the fact he's called the animatronic. It's the same with Michael Myers. I think he's called, like, the Shadow or something like that. And then, or the Boogeyman would be more fitting. And then you have, I think Freddy Krueger is called the Nightmare. I think that's a little bit strange to me. I don't know. Anyways, we also do have this cool news that the Fnaf, Fnaf being in Dead by Daylight, is the first ever official Fnaf licensed, like, product that is gonna be M-rated or mature rated, which is awesome to me. This means that is the first ever, like, Fnaf licensing that's gonna be it's gonna be, like, basically the first mature thing that's not purely for kids. So the first thing with blood when it comes to FNAF, I'm all for it. I'm all for it. I do gotta say, I do think Afton looks cool here. I do think that it doesn't look a lot like him. I do think he looks a little bit odd. I don't know if, like, face-wise is like that for me, but I think it's a little bit odd. I think it does look cool, though. But there is some other screenshots I want to look at. There is another one. Oh, here we go. They are incredible. Oh my god. Yeah, here it is. This is from Johnny Blocks. Now, it is confirmed that jump scares are confirmed to be part of the gameplay. So are we to believe that if we put on the power generator near the animatronics, we are going to get jump scared possibly by them? And also, the more little we get of Foxy right now is really worrying me. Where is Foxy? Can we please explain to me why we have not seen Foxy? Foxy's not on the map. There is no way they've left the fan favorite animatronic out of the map. I'm sorry, there's no way. But yeah, a lot of people are agreeing with me here. Matthew specifically, or the Matthew skin looks very odd. It does. It looks odd. But to me, I don't see Foxy anywhere. What's up with that? Where's Foxy? I don't know about that one. It's still interesting, though. I think these look incredible. I genuinely think these look really, really good. I think the map is going to be excellent. The only issue is, I think this is going to cost a lot of money. I think this is going to be like a $30 add-on, and I fully believe it. I fully believe that's what's going to happen. I hope we do get more skins, though. I do hope we get more skins, because it will be cool to see, like, an actual Spring Bonnie, not just the yellow rabbit. I would like him to look like Spring Bonnie with the head, and I think that'd be really, really cool in my opinion. Let me know in the comments below, though, what skin you would like to see for Afton. I think it would be awesome to get it. Obviously, we have Springtrap, Yellow Rabbit. I want a proper Spring Bonnie. I would love a Spring Bonnie from the 80s, like a non-withered Spring Bonnie would look really, really cool. I mean, if we, hold on, if we actually look up non-withered Spring Bonnie, I think this would be a really, really cool skin to get in a Dead by Daylight game. Like, for example, this one. Oh, my face cam's kind of in the way. But, like, this kind of vibe, where it's like, you remember this, in the Fnaf movie when they get the photo. Yeah, this. I think this version of Spring Bonnie, if we got that as a skin, that would be awesome. I would love that. I would also like to see maybe a different version of Springtrap, maybe even a Bonnie variant. I would love to see different versions. Maybe even the FNAF AR versions of Springtrap. I know there's a lot of them. You have, I think it's like Toxic Springtrap. You know what would be a really cool one? Shadow Bonnie. I think Shadow Bonnie would be an awesome skin. Just a completely blacked out Springtrap. Oh, that would be so cold. Especially on some Dead by Daylight maps. I think that would be awesome. But I think it's going to be really, really cool to see FNAF involved in a game with so many other huge horror franchises like Chucky, Leatherface. Like, that's going to be so, so cool in my opinion. However, it is going to be a bit strange the fact we're not getting any survivors. I do think that's a bit strange. I do know, yeah, there is going to be cosmetic, so I think it's going to be really, really cool. But ultimately, that is all we have for the FNAF X Dead by Daylight update. I think this looks incredible. I'm so, so excited to see what this turns out to be. It looks like it's releasing in June, so it looks like we've got Secret of the Mimic and Dead by Daylight in June, and Dawko's interview with Steelwool is out tomorrow, so we could get some stuff there as well. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you all did enjoy. Make sure to smash the like button down below. I'll check in the next one. Of course, stay safe. Peace. First shot of this episode. Tammy picks this house.
Oh, what about that one?
Now, if you ask me, that is the, worst house you can pick. It has wallpaper on the outside.